once they did the interview and Ack was the person to come back to the internet first with his thoughts on how it went, I've never seen that go well.
Booming, what up? Booming, hey, booming, what up? Booming, what up? Booming.
What it do, what it does, so you ain't never gotta guess what it was. I'm your host, Saint B Boomin', and we back at it again for another episode of Hip Hop C4. Yeah, now guys, today we're gonna go ahead and talk about Joe Budden actually finally speaking about Charlamagne versus Akademiks, or Akademiks versus Charlamagne. Now, this sit down has been causing a lot of commotion in the hip hop media. Basically, it's been rocking waves through the whole industry, and everybody's giving their take on it. And I waited so I can hear the person's take that I actually care about. Now, Joe Budden definitely has a shaky past with Charlamagne the God, and he definitely has a friendship relationship or rivalship with DJ Akademiks. And it's very interesting because new media and old media respects Joe Budden. So if it's anyone who's very perfect or fits into this category that a lot of people can relate to or bridge the gap in between media, it's definitely Joe Budden. So we're going to go ahead and listen to his take on how he thought the sit down between Charlamagne and Akademiks went, and we're going to get his thoughts on it, and we'll chop it up afterwards. Let's go.
And a great content piece.
Yeah, for sure.
They led up to something. The anticipation was high, and then they dropped it.
And they delivered.
I appreciate that. Much like Mark, I felt like Charlamagne got the better of him. Charlamagne with his clear skin and lotion skin is a different monster to deal with than old fucking ashy Charlamagne. Like, this guy looked just present, aware. He looked on point. He looked like he had... Charlamagne is in the Radio Hall of Fame.
Charlamagne sounded like he was logical and rational.
He sounded like a real adult.
Elder statesman kind of.
He sounded, exactly. And I guess for me, I was expecting Ack, like I was believing the newspaper clippings. Ack was in his room sounding like, yo, I'm number one now. The people I looked up to, I'm that now. And I'm coming in there to really lay it down. I'm on Drake's side. You on Rock Nation's side. I don't like the lies you over there telling, and you should sit. He probably won't sit face to face with me because I'll expose him and be so honest and transparent. I was believing some of that mix.
Yeah.
So when they got there and Charlamagne is just using logic.
Yeah.
When he's like, yes, I look up to Jay-Z, and if he asked me to be a part of a business venture, I 100% would love to do that. If Drake asked you to be a part of a business venture, wouldn't you love to do that? Like, he just kept... Some people call it spin master shit, but what he was able to do to all of Ack's main points was just make them look really insignificant, look really small. The George point with all these lawsuits are coming. Hey, real quick, what are the names on the lawsuits? Because you keep saying Rock Nation, Rock Nation, Rock Nation. And that's really where he held him to the fire. And he kept saying, yo, you're on the internet saying that Rock Nation's trying to kill you. You was coming up here with security guards because Rock Nation's... Yo, you're the only person saying this. Jay-Z don't know you. If he do know you, he ain't talking about you. He ain't thinking about you. Dez ain't said nothing about you. Like, where are you getting stuff from? What names are on the actual lawsuit? So you could tell your audience, hey, these are the people that are suing, and this is why they're suing.
No, but then he said...
And then I call it give you a heads up because you're my man, and somehow you turn that into... I'm working with these people and we trying to bring you down, and hey, where is your proof of these things that you keep saying on the internet? Like, that was a point that he kept driving home. And listen, I think that Ack may have had some valid points. Like when he started talking about, when he was trying to say that Rock Nation is fighting like a proxy battle, so he'll never have the evidence to support.
They're funding
I think that if Ack could have flushed out his thought process, he may have delivered that talking point better, but he didn't. Also, the website that Charlamagne pulled up, where when Ack went home, he said, hey, this is an AI website. This website was created a couple days ago. Charlamagne wouldn't know that. That's fine when you back to your headquarters saying it. But in the moment, when Charlamagne said, I think this is a credible website, you didn't give any of that. So it's about how it looked on air. Charlamagne also
That's a good point.
looks like he listens better than Ak. That's important when you're talking to somebody. I'm not saying that he does listen better. I'm saying he looks like
He came off
he listens better.
better
And then by
prepared
the
for the
time he was
conversation.
able to paint you as this paranoid, manic person, now we've lost the plot. Now we've lost the plot.
Charlamagne was better at just cross-examining. Like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm going to take the information you saying. I'm going to process the information in real time. And now I'm going to say, okay, you just said X. And it kind of stumbled at.
Yeah.
He couldn't take it.
Listen, I kind of felt
Shout out to
something. I kind of felt something was a little. Once they did the interview and Ak was the person to come back to the internet first with his thoughts on how it went, I've never seen that go well. I've never seen the person that reports back first, one, give an accurate depiction of what the fuck just happened, and two, give an accurate depiction of what just happened, and then we see it and say, oh shit, everything that person said was. I've never seen that happen. So yeah, it just it didn't. And I knew that even from when Charlamagne was like, yo, I'll talk to you in person. It's like, oh, you gotta be. And that's the other thing about Ak, which is the point that I keep trying to tell him, that he don't listen to me because he does really love Charlamagne.
Yeah.
You could tell.
He loves
You
him.
can see it.
You could tell.
Not only does he love him,
which is
he has
important.
a deep, 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 deep respect for that man.
Yeah, I can tell.
Then shut up when you go home in your little stream. Then shut the fuck up. Because part of the war is it got to stop at respect.
Yeah.
Like, I respect you. You got to respect your opponent. All that deep reverence and admiration and in awe of and looking like, I'm not saying this is true, but I can say it's true. I looked up to him. I still look up to him. He kind of mentored me. Mm-hmm. You could see that. Even with all Ak's experience now and his accolades, and he's him now too.
Ak is him.
But you could still see the green,
You know what I don't like?
the wet behind the ears when it comes to you talking to somebody that you love and have a reverence for.
And that's just way
It's just
older.
different.
It's way older than you.
And we're going to go ahead and cut it right there. Joe Budden brought out some excellent points about the sit down. Like I said, he knows both of those opponents. He knows both of those media sources. Why did I call them opponents? Because they're competition to Joe Budden as well. He knows how Charlamagne gets. Charlamagne made Akademiks look crazy. Akademiks couldn't even put his thoughts together and articulate them the way he needed to during the sit down to go ahead and combat the things that Charlamagne was saying. So basically, it was looking like Charlamagne was schooling a youngin' or big homieing a little homie, basically in this media game. One thing for sure, two things for certain. A lot of the people on the internet think that Charlamagne got the best of Akademiks, and Akademiks definitely had some valid points, but he just couldn't bring them to fruition during the sit down. Just like that website, that proxy website, that AI website that he brought up. You know, that was a valid point that he could have made during the sit down, but it just wasn't at the right time. And like Joe Budden said, anyone who runs to the internet first and talk about their story before the second part or the whole thing get out, it never does end well. So guys, tell me what you think about this situation. Was Joe Budden thoughts on point? Were they right on the mark? Or tell me if you have other thoughts. Do you think Akademiks was right, or he actually got the best of Charlamagne during this sit down? Get in the comments section, talk to me, I'll talk back. If you like content like this, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell because it pushes your boy into the algorithm. I'm your host, Saint B. Bowman. I'm gone. Peace.